Our story begins in the ancient kingdom of Judah. The air feels heavy as the morning bells toll for the late King Ahaz, whose reign was marked by darkness and idolatry. The people are lost, yearning for change. Amid the cries and confusion, a new hope emerges. Hezekiah, the son of Ahaz, ascends the throne. Unlike his father, Hezekiah is determined to restore righteousness. We see him praying fervently, seeking guidance and strength. Hezekiah convenes his council. "We must purify our nation," he declares with resolve. Looking at the temple, once vibrant but now crumbling from neglect and misuse, Hezekiah pledges to restore it as a symbol of faith and renewal. But the path is fraught with challenges. Hezekiah faces opposition from advisors loyal to his father's ways. Resistant to change, he stands undeterred, knowing the task will not be easy. Walking among the people in the streets of Jerusalem, he listens and reassures them, sharing his vision of a revived Judah. Determined to make a change, Hezekiah orders the removal of idols and rebuilds the temple. His actions inspire the people, gaining their trust and support. Hezekiah gazes over his kingdom, sensing the impending transformation with a firm belief that righteousness will prevail. Today we delve into a time of turmoil in Judah, where a dire threat looms on the horizon. The formidable Assyrian Empire, under the command of the ruthless king Sennacherib, casts a menacing shadow across the lands. Once mighty, the northern kingdom of Israel has already succumbed to the expansive reach of the Assyrian forces, and now it's Judah's turn under the crafting gaze of Sennacherib. The citizens of Judah tremble at the news of the approaching might. In the corridors of the palace, tension mounts. King Hezekiah, the ruler of Judah, known for his piety and reformist zeal. He stands at a crossroads, faced with a daunting decision. Should he bow to the demands of the invincible Assyrians and save his people through submission, or should he stand firm, defying the seemingly unstoppable force, risking everything? Amidst the swirling doubts, Hezekiah finds his answer. He retreats to the sacred temple, seeking wisdom not from earthly counsel, but divine guidance. In a profound act of faith, he places his trust in God, choosing to rely on divine providence rather than faltering under human alliances. As Hezekiah makes his decision, the fate of Judah hangs in the balance. The Assyrian menace is not just a tale of war, but of a test of resolve, belief, and the power of unwavering faith. King Sennacherib sends a letter brimming with threats and mockery to Hezekiah. Hezekiah reads this letter, and the weight of its words pushes him to his knees. He could have responded with fear, but instead he chooses faith. With courage and conviction, Hezekiah walks to the temple, and there, in the sacred silence, he spreads Sennacherib's letter before the Lord. Imagine the scene as Hezekiah, surrounded by the ancient stone walls, lifts his eyes and pours out his heart in fervent prayer. His voice echoes with desperation and hope as he cries out, "O Lord Almighty, you who reign from the heavens, hear my plea. See the taunts and threats against your people. Deliver us, O God, not for our sake, but to magnify your name among the nations." This scene captures the depth of Hezekiah's prayer, emphasizing his trust in divine intervention. Despite the dire circumstances and imminent danger, Hezekiah's prayer is a powerful reminder of faith in the face of fear. And how does God respond? Join us as we explore the prayer that defined an empire and the invincible power of faith. Circumstances like this offer not just a story, but inspiration for when we face our own giants. Remember, no threat is too great when faith is greater. Having just witnessed a miraculous victory against the Assyrians, the king's faith is tested once more. Suddenly, Hezekiah is beset by a grave illness, one that threatens to end his life prematurely. Hezekiah turns to the Lord once again, pouring his heart out in fervent prayer for a reprieve. In this critical juncture, God hears the plea of his faithful servant and sends his prophet Isaiah with a message of hope and redemption. God's mercy shines through, granting Hezekiah an additional 15 years of life, a testament to the divine favor bestowed upon him. With his health restored, Hezekiah is once again able to lead his people, embodying both the gratitude and renewed trust in divine guidance. Hezekiah's newfound vitality ignites a sense of esteem that borders on hubris. When emissaries arrive from the distant empire of Babylon, seeking knowledge of Judah's triumphs and the king's miraculous recovery, Hezekiah unveils the vastness of his wealth. Unknowingly, his pride in displaying the treasures of his kingdom sets in motion a future calamity for his descendants. Hezekiah's story serves as a poignant reminder of the perils of self-exaltation. By understanding Hezekiah's story with all its triumphs and trials, we are granted wisdom and humility, guiding us to trust in the capabilities beyond our own, lest pride become our own doing. Let us reflect on Hezekiah's final years, marked by faith, reforms, and a miraculous victory. In the twilight of his reign, Hezekiah faced a somber prophecy. The great prophet Isaiah brought forth a vision, a future where Judah would fall to Babylon. Yet, in his lifetime, Hezekiah found peace and all of Judah enjoyed the serenity of God's blessings. His legacy was one of strong faith and bold reforms. Remember the monumental victory over the Assyrians? The Bible records an angel saved Jerusalem in its darkest hour, striking down the enemy. Hezekiah didn't face only external battles. His internal reforms cleansed Judah of idol worship, restoring the heart of his people to their God. Generations sang praises of his faith. Though his rule ended in serenity, the winds of change blew with whispers of his son, Manasseh. Unlike his father, Manasseh would lead Judah on a shadowed path. As we ponder Hezekiah's legacy, we see a ruler whose trust in the divine carved not only peace, but change that rippled through history. Join us next time for another Bible tale diving into faith, hope, and resilience in God. Until then, remember to follow, like, comment, and share with your friends and family. Remain blessed.